Good morning. Welcome to Craft Round the Clock. And I'm Mary with Ocean Breeze and Me. I hope you all are having a good week so far. It's only Tuesday. Hope you had a good weekend. And we are having such wonderful, wonderful temperatures. I can't believe it, but they're not going to last long. Good morning, Mayor. Next week, I think it was next week, I saw Tuesday and Wednesday or Wednesday and Thursday in the 30s. What gives? Ay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get myself up on my laptop. Good morning, Tracy. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Okay, come on. There. Everything's persnickety in the morning, I think. Good morning, Stacy. Okay. All right, so we'll turn you around here. March weather. Exactly. Okay, let me show you what we're going to do. I have a stand, which I panically painted this morning. If panically is even a word, because it was like, I have a stand. Good morning, Irma. I know I have a stand. And I came racing in here and said, yep, just needs painted. So I hurried up and painted it. And we have a bird. I'll tell you the story about the bird. Then we have a box that held brie cheese, one of my favorites. And we have a nest, and we have eggs, and we have sticks. So, whoops, let's get moving. I will move the stand out of the way and bring you down so you can see what I'm doing. So the story with the bird. Good morning, Doodle Denise. Good morning, Irma. Patty Mason, hello. Anita. Lori. Debbie. Tammy. Sharon. Amanda. Woo, you all are here this morning. Lori Henderson. Good morning. Okay, so we've been outside a lot because it's been so pretty. And there's my Brenda. Good morning. So the dogs have been out, but I mean, there are times we're outside without them. Winston got upset. And I have told you before, we have a love seat. You will see what I'm going to do with this. We have a love seat that sits right in front of our counter that, gracious, I have things everywhere. The counter sits right behind it. So he can go up over if he wants. Well, he went up over all right, and I have two birdhouses that were made by a fellow crafter. And my birds, there are 4 of them that all sit on a branch. They don't sit on a branch anymore. Man, he just, away they went. Not a happy camper. Okay, let's start out with the lid. I want to do a nest, and I want it to kind of go as such with a back. But we're going to do the lid first. And of course, we're going to use some of Esmeralda's fabric. Oh, who needs breakfast? I mean, really, who needs breakfast? Just smell this fabric. All right. So he still does his little tricks now and then. It's his way of saying, I want to be outside, which, I mean, right now he's outside almost all the time. He's a trip. As soon as the furniture cushions came out, he was out, and he'll do what he needs to do. And he doesn't want to come in. He just goes and sits on the couch outside the porch sofa and watches the world go by. And he's as content as he can be. So, but there are times, little one, that you can't be there all the time. Now this is going to be just a tad tricky because it is very flimsy, but we're going to make it work. Good morning, Shannon. And you all know what this is. All right. Good morning, Diane. Okay, I think I'm fairly caught up. All right. So this is Coffee Podge I'm using, which of course is the mixture of our Mod Podge and Coffee Grunge. Does anybody else like brie cheese? Oh, Lord. It is fantastic. Good morning, Sheila. Why aren't you on your page? Hey, girl. All right. Put my hand underneath, give it some support. Good morning, Just Jackie, crafting. Hope you're doing well today. I should have possibly painted a lid. I really didn't think that the print would come through. But it is. Well, there'll be something. No, there won't be anything sitting on top of it. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. A little bit more. So did everybody have a great weekend? And while I'm asking, may I say how much I appreciate all the anniversary wishes. Thank you all so, so much. I've never had so many happy anniversary wishes ever. That was very, very nice. We went to Dewey Beach. Friends of ours had told us about a place that has the best crab cakes. And we'd heard about it, and never went. So I said to my husband, I said, this is when we need to go. And Dewey Beach is like a beach that I remember as a kid. You know, not all your fancy roads. You had gravel, sand roads up to the entrance to the beach. And this is just a very small town. And dinner was excellent. The crab cakes were to die for. And I expanded my martini experience to, I had chocolate martini this time. Quite good. Okay, let's go over the top. And then we'll set it off to dry. So we were there until it got dark, and we were sitting, they have outside, and then they have covered outside, and then they have an inside. It's not a very big place, but boy, oh boy, people are there by the dozens. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this off to the side so I can show you what else we're going to do. In fact, I'll just sit it there. Then I will cut it afterwards and turn the sides. So what I want to do with the sides is take some more of Esmeralda's fabric. And go around the sides. And I'm going to use the Coffee Podge for this as well. And I'll probably have to do more than one row. Oops. Which is all right. Anybody do anything special over the weekend? Good morning, Kelvy. How are you? Boy, are my tulips up. They should be ready to bloom about the time it gets cold again. My daffodils are ready to bloom. They should be popping open today. And of course, then the hyacinths. And the other day we bought a pot of tulips that are about yay high. Get those into the ground. So anxious to get ready and get started out in the yard. Good morning, Debbie. How are you? And there's Tamara. Good morning. I'm bad. I do not know who's up after me. So if you do know, please pop it in there so we know who's coming up next. I'm sure it's going to be an eventful day as always. Oh, and of course we have Fun Friday. I love that name. Good morning. That's about what all of us crafters say. Gotta have that. For sure. Although I've been pretty good, I must say. Okay. Today is Garden Club Day. So we'll see where we're going to be planting. We do our town every year. The businesses all like to have pretty flowers outside of their establishment, so they usually let us know. And then we purchase the flowers. Of course, they pay to have it done. And then we go plant all the flowers at the businesses. And we have a bridge that goes into the town of Seaford, which goes right by the hospital. So we always do the bridges as well. They are huge, and it looks beautiful when it's all finished. And I kind of think those in the hospital that can see it, I'm sure they enjoy it. So we're just going around the edge of the cheese box. Okay, fingers. I had my hands x-rayed yesterday. Just making sure there is nothing weird going on. And it's not. I told them from the beginning, I know what it is, but both of my hands and my fingers are definitely, and it came on so quick, just polluted with arthritis. So it is what it is. I will say this, I've been very fortunate to held off as long as it did. Really don't want to use any glue if I don't have to. I would rather just use the Mod Podge. Okay. So we're around the edge now. We are going to have to take that off, but I'm going to dry it first. Yes, Debbie, this hand is the worst. And it's like mid-December, all of a sudden, I couldn't wear my rings anymore. And I thought my fingers were just swollen. So they're all over on my right hand. So I can wear them for as long as I can wear them, I guess. But I wake up with my hands all curled up. But you know what? I'm a stubborn individual. I'll figure out a way. You know what? I may not cut. I may just turn it under. Let this dry a little bit more. I don't ever remember, really, to be honest, anybody in my immediate family with arthritis, but my mother was too young when she passed away, I think, to even think that she may have had arthritis. So my cousin now, both of my cousins, it's almost got their hands paralyzed because they can't get them to straighten up. But they got that from their mom. All the joys. And of course, the mammogram, that was yesterday as well. And I will say, kind of being an advocate, the doctor and I had quite a conversation, and I've never refused to have a mammogram, ever. Cancer runs in my family. So, no. But I guess there's a lot of women my age who feel they shouldn't need to get it anymore. Colonoscopy, one thing. You go so long and then you get that point where you hit the mark where if the next one is good, you're good for 10 years. Well, I'm there. But mammogram, he said, don't ever stop. He said, because it does. It hits you no matter what your age. And I told him, I said, I'm not stopping. I said, don't worry. No problem at my end. But he decided, you know, it's worth giving me a little chat, so I didn't decide it was no big deal. Good morning, Cindy Clark. This is much better than trying to cut. Turn it over as soon as it's not sticky anymore. So now we're busy trying to get, find a flight round trip to Oklahoma in June. Flights aren't too awfully bad, but I'm hoping when it comes our turn, we don't have to sit or be in the terminal for days. That will not make me happy. Thank you, Sheila. Oh, Cindy, I am sorry. Good morning, Jackie. May you have a blessed day as well. Okay. I do have one spot that's being stubborn, so I may have to hit it with a little bit of glue. Very little. I reach for these all the time now. Burnt too much. Jeannie. Oh, you are? You're having a tough time adjusting? Well, you know what? Then you need to get a dog like mine. They never adjust. They just get me up no matter what. 4 o'clock. And it's funny. Winston is so my dog. It's hilarious. Out he goes. Out Baxter goes. Baxter comes in, he's dancing around, what have you. Winston, up at the end of the sofa. And the next thing you hear, he's out cold. Okay. That is definitely not dry. I really didn't want to worry with this too much, but and I think I'm going to shoot a little bit more in the middle so that it's a little more even. And if you missed, I'm using Coffee Podge. If you were not aware, of what that is. That's Miss Tracy's Coffee Grunge and some Mod Podge. Everybody adjusting to the time change. I've not done too bad. And I think it's only because it doesn't matter. Dogs have me up. Did I see Miss Cat? Did I? Yes. Good morning, Cat. How are you? I hope your snow is all gone. Or at least almost gone. Well, while we're drying this a bit. Cheers! I got it too soon when I came in. It's already starting to get cold. Yeah. It's funny how changing the weather and changing the temperature, how it makes you feel. Man, I was doing windows yesterday and so today, hopefully when I get back from garden club, I want to attack the side of my yard, front and the side of my yard and get it raked up. Everything else is done. Okay. All right, let's see how well I can cut. The box is really too thin to go over it with a sander. And I really didn't have to use the lid at all. But I wanted to. You know, you end up with a vision. Sometimes visions work and sometimes visions don't. Do I have anybody here that's going to be celebrating St. Patty's Day over the weekend? They started last weekend around here. Something. Let's see if it'll hold it. I'm Irish, but I don't do green beer. All right, so now we got that part done. Now we're going to go around the top. Hi, Robin. Good morning. You'll wear green? Yeah. To make breakfast. Nope, no St. Patty's for you. Oh, Ginger's Creations, good morning. Alabama. How's your weather in Alabama? Okay. So around we go. And I think I'm going to make it just a little higher so I can bring it over the top. You'll find out why I put the slit in the back. If we get that far. Don't run out of time first. Yeah, there's a big St. Patty's event in Ocean City this weekend. You know, I love the beach, as you well know. But when they have events like that, I stay clear. It's nuts. Just absolutely nuts. By the time you get there, you're so frustrated because you had to figure out to find a place to park. They're changing all the parking rules. They're increasing the amount that you pay to park. So it gets to be very frustrating. So it's better off just to stay away. Watch it on TV. They'll show recaps. The one thing I do want to get to, and I say this every year, I want to get to the Sea Witch Halloween. But that's another one you can never find a place to park. I'll take the bus in, little bus that they have. So I'm sure you get the idea of what I'm doing. I'm just covering this with fabric first. Sorry if I'm quiet, concentrating. Good morning to those you missed, huh? Yep, sometimes it's hard, huh, Debbie? Catch everybody, either when you're live or you're not. Boy, my mouth is so dry today. Ay, 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 ay. Almost there. Second one will go much faster. Excuse me. Seems like I just looked and it was 9:35. Now it's 9:51. What? I may go ahead and stop with the top because this is going to sit like so and show you what I planned on doing. We'll get that done. So let me put this messy stuff in. And come here. There we go. You come here. Okay. I want, and I don't know for sure if it's going to happen. Maybe 2 sticks together it will. Right now, every stick, I think, that belonged to our weeping willow tree is in our yard. From what we understand, they planted that tree because we have a problem with water draining from above us, and it trails right between 2 houses. And it's always wet back there. So they planted a weeping willow tree to, you might work, catch, you know, the extra water. But they are messy trees, very messy trees. Not me, the box. What nest? Let me see if my bird will, in fact, Will you perch? Maybe you will. Now, my eggs are a little out of proportion. But I think you get the drift. Good morning, Donna. I'm gonna hold him for a minute and see if he'll catch. Meanwhile, cheers. You're not on both. This might be a challenge. Whoop. Go away, plastic. Now he's starting. Eggs everywhere. Everywhere. Don't need to use them all. Okay. Did I put them back down? No, they're sitting right there, Mary. Hello. It's like right hand. Gotta use the right hand. Left hand. Sometimes I swear it's worthless. You got your, that's your primary hand, and that's that. Okay. We have some Sweet Annie. Mr. Bird. I think I'll just let it stay like that. Give you a chance to stick good. I'm hoping I can get the Sweet Annie to grow for me if I do it in a pot versus in the ground. I checked before I even planted it to find out if, in fact, it would grow well here. And one of my gals from the garden club, are you staying? She grows it in her yard and it goes like crazy. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I'm gonna have to glue you down. Mr. Bird, I'm very happy with you. Let me turn him around this way so you can see as I'm holding it down. Glue needs to dry. There we go. There we go. And, oh, Jackie, thank you. I still, don't ask me why, but I still want to put it back, and I want to do something in here yet. But I have to, I have a couple minutes yet. I want to finish this, so I'm going to keep on going with, oh, we are there. Okay, cool. I made it all the way around. But it's just a cheese box, brie. Go around the inside here. Seal that just a little bit more. Okay. Get another piece of fabric. Continue to go around. So that will all be covered. I think the more that I'm looking at it, I might put the same on the top on the inside. What do you think? Hi, Darlia, how are you? I just said to my husband the other day, we changed time, and I looked at him and I said, shoot, here we are. I said, we have only 2 more months, well, not even 2 months, till our granddaughter graduates, boy, like that would be a mouthful, from college. So we want to go down the day before, because it's 3 hours for us to drive. And we'll go down the day before. Because I said, we could go out to dinner. And she goes, I'll go out to dinner, Nana. And I said, I'm fine. I'll take you out to dinner if you want to go. I said, but this is, right? This is the day before you graduate. You're really going to want to be hanging out with your grandparents. If you do, that's wonderful, but I have a feeling not. I would presume there will be maybe a party or two. But it's hard to believe that we're there already. Man. You could just slow down the hands of time, right? Oh, thank you, Debbie. Boy, you're going to have lots of graduations to go to, my friend. I'm going to have to remind her what she said when she decided, when she went from kindergarten or nursery school. Was it nursery? No, kindergarten to first grade. No. It was when she was going to kindergarten. She was in nursery school. And they had their graduation for all of the kids. And she says that when she grows up, she wants to be a princess. So, my time, I'm 7 minutes over. I am so sorry. So, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to finish this up. I will take a picture. And I shall see you probably not until next week. I'm not in Fun Friday this week. So, you have a super, super day. A phenomenal week. I will see you in comments. Love you all. And thank you for your continued support. See you later.